All right, there we go. Good morning. Sorry, I was muted there for a second. Um, Welcome. Come on in, so to speak. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this is our home yoga practice live. Missed you guys. Did you miss me? I hope that you did a little bit. I also had to rearrange some of the cameras and stuff because everything wasn't completely aligned yet. Let's come on in. Good morning, Gaia. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. You were on my mind. So great. Welcome. If you are new to Home Yoga Practice Live, I really am glad that you're here. It might feel a little bit different and maybe a little bit the same. Good morning, Claudia. Oh, big hugs, hugs, hugs. We developed a personal practice of yoga at home. So if you've ever struggled with, I can't do it at home, I actually ran into an old friend recently who was like, nah, all that online stuff, I can't do it. And I feel you. Hey, Sarah. I do feel you on that, but we can seize this as an opportunity to actually say, hey, do I want to do a thing or do I want somebody to tell me to do a thing? Do I want to do a thing or do I need to go somewhere for an experience? Cool. Be honest. Do you want to go for the experience? Cool. Go for the experience. Or are you trying to develop your home yoga practice? So that's what I'm hoping to be able to share. I've got a little bit of energy here this morning, so that's great. This week, I want to keep it really, really simple. And let's just get down to feeling. Feeling, not thinking. That's going to be my theme of working on, and that really gets into our second chakra, and that's in our sacral area, about change and a space of trusting our feelings and letting our feelings just be. I know that my time off, while I started off with a lot of congestion, I really got to realize how kind of tired I was and how much I am living up in this noggin and not letting this space just be. Instead, there's a lot of analysis that's involved. Oh, why is that feeling this way? Or I gave myself that self-care, so shouldn't I be blah, blah, blah. And feeling is just feeling. It doesn't need any analysis or any justification. So this week, the practice is going to be looking at our second chakra or feeling our second chakra. And that's all right? So, here comes my practice partner, true to form. I'm sure she'll be jumping on me in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions, anything that you want to work on, now's the time. Go ahead, type in some things. We can work on them this week. Otherwise, we're going to get started with some breath, and then we'll work on some asana, and then we'll come back into some breath and meditation with the focus being just feel, not think. Jessica Char says that the path of yoga is practice and detach. So as we're working on just feeling, we're going to practice just feeling and then detach from the feeling. Because once we get focused on it, we can go down that rabbit hole. Right? And maybe we'll start to notice, wow, I'm super analyzing. Can I just feel it? Kind of like immersing ourselves in water. We're not analyzing, oh, is the water softer under this armpit or harsher on this toe? We're just immersed in it and feeling it. All right, I'm giving us a little bit of time to see if anybody has any specific body areas or postures that you want to work on. If you're new to practice with me, I'm going to try to remember to give out cues of different modifications for postures and alignment, but do feel free to let me know if there's anything in specific going on, any injury, any pre-existing condition that you want to learn how to modify around or vary around. All right. I'm not seeing any new commentary going on. All right, let's make ourselves comfortable. You can be sitting on a pillow or a block. You don't have to be cross-legged. I just changed my cross because I know that I have the tendency to always have that right leg on top. So I'm trying to work on a little bit of balance. And then I'm going to let go of the thinking, which clearly I'm stuck in a lot of thinking. Your eyes can be open or closed. I usually like to start with my eyes open so that I'm not trying to tune out. Me keeping my eyes open reminds me that I'm not tuning out, I'm tuning into my practice. and that I'm okay with feeling any disorder, disarray. This is my home. This is my space. This is where my spirit resides and my body resides. And a few abdominal breaths, allowing the abdominal wall to relax. And as we breathe in, the belly expands out. And as we breathe out, the belly retracts in. Allowing the mind space to let go. Or at least we're watching it run around. Tuning into feeling in the physical body. And for me, sometimes the tuning in, like right now, I'm aware of the areas that I'm not aware of. And I know that I'm a living being, so why can't I feel that area? Is it really numb? And I'm going to let go of the why. My brain tried to start running into the why and the analysis. Feeling the breath of life coming in and out of my body. Hearing my ears hear. Seeing my eyes see. Smelling aroma through my nasal passageways. Tasting in my entire palate. The lips, the gums, the tongue, and the full extension of the tongue. I'll invite us to join in with an Om, 3 ohms, wide open throat, feeling the entire experience. What is the spectrum of feeling as we allow this sound to come out of our bodies? Start a few neck rotations, bringing the attention into what I am feeling. Exploring the range of the physical body and the sensations that come with it. Opening myself to experiencing sensational feeling and emotional feeling. Changing direction. I'm going to pause with my right ear toward my right shoulder, right hand up by my left ear. Observing my action. Am I trying? Am I striving? Am I just feeling? Can I open myself to feeling and experiencing right here? In breath. In physical body. In intention. What are those intentions? Those intentions are the yamas and the niyamas. Truthfulness. Non-harming. non-stealing, non-hoarding, and moderation. I'm going to gently release the arm, rolling the chin down and over to the left. Left hand up by the right ear. Purity, discipline, contentment, feeling self-study and observation, and surrender. Releasing that arm, rolling the chin down, rounding the spine, feeling the back of the spine, feeling the skin, the flesh, the bones. That's all. Keep it simple. And then tilt the tailbone back, arch the chest, pull the throat and the chin up. Feel sensation and emotion as we are open, uninhibited, unguarded. Feel your breath. Feel your intention. And back and forth at your pace. When we notice a desire to do something differently, maybe we want it to be more intense. Maybe we're judging already. Observe and let go and just come back to feeling. Good. We'll take the right arm across, hook under it and twist. You could just hold and embrace here. If you've got a clasp, have it above your elbow joint. This is where my actual elbow joint is, so I'm coming above it. Feel up and down the spine, the whole surface of the skin. What is there available to feel? How does feeling the sensation make us feel emotionally? And release, coming around to the other side. Feel your breath. Can we be all-encompassing with our awareness of feeling? Are we noticing when thinking is trying to creep in? Do we notice it after thinking has crept in? Usually my analytical mind just starts running down and I have to reel it back in after it's done a few touchdowns. And release, gentle shoulder rotations. Feel. Are we in a hurry? I just captured myself because I'm like, I should probably hurry up. I should probably do more. I should probably, stop. I'm doing my practice, sharing my practice with you, changing direction. Feeling range, what's possible? What are we capable of feeling? Not capable of doing, capable of feeling. Can the spine get involved? Can the neck get involved? Can we be free and uninhibited? All right, legs out in front of us, little vibration. Feel the flesh around the bones. Can we still feel the spine and the belly and the breath? The spectrum of feeling is broad. Good, point and flex. Ankle rotation, don't be in a hurry. Changing direction. Skin, joints, so many bones. How many distinct bones can we feel? Toes, independent movement of toes. Spreading toes, bunching toes. Spreading, bunching. Spreading, whoop, and bunching. Good. Let's lengthen and lift shoulders down. Feel reach. Feeling reach and extension. Feeling grounding and rooting through the backs of the legs. Feel your intention. What is your intention right here? Not as a thought. What does it feel like to feel truthfulness? What does it feel like to feel non-harming and that intention? How did that change your physicality right now? We'll twist it open, breath in. Are you feeling non-harming in that intention in between the shoulder blades? Are we feeling an intention of lift through the neck, through the low belly? Can we still remain connected to feeling grounding and rooting through the legs? Breath in, exhale, twist. Do my suggestions make us start to think more than feel? Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hinge and roll the spine up. Maybe giving ourselves some deliberate, loving touch as we go. Breath in and forward fold. Roll, flow. You're feeling your intention. All of our senses. Being present and spending time with ourselves as a sensory and emotive being. Receive what the body wants to tell us. Exhibit that kindness and that non-harming and that contentment. And come forward when you're ready and hold. Shoulders back, your knees can be soft. Are you forcing something in your body? Notice what you're feeling and how are you giving space for what you're feeling. Any level of discomfort, any level of joy and satisfaction, how are we responding? And roll the spine up. Good. I'll invite us to bring the sole of the left foot up against the right inner thigh. If you need some support under that knee, feel free. Maybe that hip doesn't want to fall all the way down. Respect and non-harming for the vessel. Going to have a gentle twist, feeling the spinal column and its range. Feel the flesh wrapping around it. Feel the organs wrapping around it. Coming back to center and allowing the upper body to come forward. Maybe you want a pillow or a blanket for some resting here. If you'd like, maybe add in the ankle and the toes. Opening ourselves to a range and a spectrum of feeling and connecting to ourselves as sensory and emotive beings. And we'll bring ourselves back up and switch. Notice how you are moving in your body. Notice how you're treating yourself side to side. Feeling a lift in the spine. Inviting the opposite direction. Noticing how I'm treating myself on this side, and I was treating it like the other side, and this side didn't want to go that far. So I got to feel it and let myself listen to it. And turned off the judgment voice and release and come forward. Or at least I'm trying to turn it down. Where's the breath? Connect. Physical body, sensory. Breath, body, sensory. Intuitive and wisdom body and spiritual body. Feeling and emotion and sensory. And bringing ourselves back up. Bottoms of both feet together. Again, now let's notice, maybe the heels don't want to come super close to the groin. Perhaps you want them out in front of you. You could roll up blankets underneath of each side of your knees if those knees don't want to come all the way open. Feel limitation. Be aware of our sensations right now in the groin, in the low abdomen, in the back, in the stability of the core to hold ourselves up. Feel limitation in the hips. Breath in and come forward. And we'll roll the spine back and forth, feeling the range. Maybe we're waking up some feeling in the low back. Respect and honor your knees. My left knee started saying it didn't like that angle, so I just started to change it. Ah, I'm feeling some limitation in movement in certain regions of my spine as they're waking up. And now I'm slowing it down so that I can actually feel. Sometimes a pace prevents us from really being able to feel and notice and honor the feeling. Are we even practiced at honoring feeling? Not striving. We're not in a performance base. We're not in a goal-oriented pursuit. Breath, flow, and listen. It is what it is, and we're creating this collaborative, connective experience. Joining and linking hands with the body and the spirit. Letting the body just say, here is what I am feeling, and I don't need to justify it for any reason. And we'll bring ourselves back up. Okay, I'll invite us to come to hands and knees. Now, if your wrists are sensitive, feel that. Where is that sensitivity? So before we even change anything right away. Now, of course, if you have something pre-existing going on in the carpal tunnel, any limitations or surgeries or injuries in that, please honor that. But if you just feel like, oh, it's tense, it starts to ache, let's spend some time and space with what is that feeling? Is it that I could distribute the weight? Am I really dumping the weight in a certain area? Can I distribute it in a different way? Where bringing now just in my fingers, feeling the fingers. What do they want to tell me? Pinky, could the pinky support me? They say no. My thumbs think they could actually support me if thumbs could think. Now, if the wrists are super duper sensitive, you could make a fist and rest on the knuckles, taking some of the pressure out of the carpal tunnel. See if we can be aware of stacking the knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, and just feel that. What is an even distribution of weight? Are your arms doing more? Are your knees doing more? Where is your weight? Is it all forward into the arms? Is it back? Could you shift more? Once you have the weight evenly shifted, are you just dumping more? Are you pressing? Do we know? Root down in the right arm and allow the left arm to lift as the chest twists open. Your gaze can be down or up. What are you feeling? And right now, as you're feeling, notice the actions that you're doing. Are you aware of those actions? Breath, feel and adjust. Where's an even distribution of energy? Are you over striving? Are you making room for breath? Are you still feeling the action without it being force? And left hand down and twist. Can we be aware of the spinal column twisting, or is it just the ribs, the shoulder joints? Is the mind trying to dominate the body? Is the body sending a message that it's ready for more or wants less? Is the breath sending us any signals sensorily? And right hand down. Left leg back. Feel length. Where is the weight distribution that occurred in the body? Feel the arms giving us support. Where's the breath? Knee into the belly, out to the left, up and back. A few hip rotations. And as we're doing it, what are we noticing in the hip? Noticing in the work in the core. Noticing left arm, right arm. Are we dumping more weight into one arm or the other? If you adjusted it into one arm or the other, what would you experience differently? Can we distribute some of the energy in a more equitable fashion? Change direction. As things heat up, as we start to feel fatigue or exertion, what happens emotionally? Feel the physical body carrying our emotive body. How do they work together? How do they collaborate? How do they fight? Where's your breath? Left knee down and right leg extends. Is that leg just hanging out there, or are we actually practicing? Practicing the extension, practicing feeling. Can the feeling be the action? That we are practicing feeling extension, not practicing the act of extension. Is there a distinction? Sattva, find the balance, or at least start to become aware of where the energy is distributed in your body. Knee to the belly, out to the right, up and back. Now, if pain or discomfort starts to become so much that the body is saying, hello, hello, she says, are you listening? Are you working on the feeling and listening? And it's saying, red light, stop. Will you stop? Please do. You are connecting to you. I am connecting to me. Now, there are certain stops that aren't about your capacity or a danger. It's about pushing ourselves into a level of work that maybe feels a bit much for us and we don't want to. Man, let's change direction. What is that fine line? Do we really know our signals of safety versus comfort? Do we always choose comfort? Do we always choose proving ground? Feel. Where is the heat building in your body? Can you distribute the heat in an equitable manner? If it accumulates in one area, yeah, eventually it's too hot. You want to bring it down. Bring that knee down. We'll roll our way up to standing on the knees. Let's feel the front of the hips. Feel the knees giving us support. This is the most erect that we have been so far in practice. I'm just working my hips, feeling them side to side, feeling a range of movement a little bit back and forth. Hands to the low back. Lifting through the belly, noticing how much I strive and overdo in the upper body. So I'm asking for some moderation here for myself. And I'm feeling my knees, feeling the roll, even the tops of each toenail are playing. Backs of the thighs. Low abdomen, the contents of my organs, my breath. And child's pose. So child's pose, maybe knees wide, might offer a little bit more space for the belly to start. If you're not new to your practice, go ahead and find a new way of positioning your legs. Maybe you want them a little closer together, a little further apart. Your arms could be in front of you or behind you. Some of you may find that you may need some support for your head, a little raised surface. You could roll up a blanket or use a block as I am here. But don't let your head just dangle, okay? And sometimes if we have a lot of flesh over our bellies or our thighs, that limits, right? Because once we've compressed and there's no more space, the head will be hanging. So give yourself what you need for the support that you need. And then maybe lengthen the arms out and experience feeling. Scan from the fingertips to the wrists, surface of the forearms, inside of the joints, underarm, overarm, armpit. Aware of your esophagus, the flesh around your neck, the attachments at the base of the neck into the shoulders. Center of the chest, all of the organs in your upper chest cavity, the back of your chest cavity. Can you imagine feeling the attachments of your organs to the inner chest cavity wall? To feel. Can you feel individual organs moving as you're breathing? And those organs are navigating around all of the volume of breath coming into us. Feel your organs compressed against your thighs, against your belly. There's a constant negotiation and navigation that the physical body does with itself. Can we connect and feel on that level? All right, I'm going to move my block out of the way, extending my arms out in front of me, breathing in, coming forward. Palms are positioned about shoulder width apart, just to distribute the weight evenly. Exhale, sinking it back, just kind of pumping some action here. Breath in, coming forward, feeling the arms being strong and supportive. Exhale, coming back, feeling the hips and the organs, compressing the flesh in the backs of the calves and the thighs. Breathing in, feel that blood circulation in the backs of the legs. Now feel the arms, maybe lift the chest and sinking it back. How fully can we experience expanding in the body and compressing? Breathing in as we come forward. Can you feel the back of the body as well? Exhaling as we shift back. We're all going to find our own pace, our own rhythm. Rolling our way up, maybe rocking the tailbone under and bringing it back. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. And now tucking the toes under. Just feel the toes. And then just bring your attention into all of your foot, your toes. How much of the toes can you feel? Are there toes that are just not taking a hold? What can you do right now to try to encourage a feeling space, an awakening space in the feet? And as we did that, can I still remain connected to feeling my arms, my hands, each finger? Maybe take a moment right now and let's cycle back through our awareness of the yamas and the niyamas, the first two limbs, non-harming, non-stealing, being truthful with ourselves right now, moderation, non-hoarding, okay? So hoarding in a physical sense could mean so many things. Maybe we just like to do the same thing all the time and we're getting frustrated because we're not doing that same stuff right now. Hoarding, right? Okay, and then contentment and purity. Cleansing, use the breath to cleanse ourselves right now. Contentment, are we practicing that? What's not to be contented if I have a heartbeat right now and a breath right now? Discipline or devotion, self-study. I'm still trying to feel my last pinky toe on my left foot. Last pinky toe. I only have one on my left foot. All right. Breath. Self-study and surrender to something greater than ourselves. Surrender to something within us that is great. And now maybe lift the knees a little. Breathe. What are we feeling right here? Emotionally, physically. And then if you want, you could start to straighten the legs, letting the hips rise. Feel the shoulders start to accept this, the palms, the feet, the heels, the backs of the calves for downward facing dog. If you need to come down, come down. This experience of spending time with sensation and emotion lets us start to honor this language and learn this language. Sometimes some of the sensations are just unfamiliar. Notice our response. Do we panic? Do we run? Do we overindulge? Moderation, moderation, brahmacharya. Breath in, breath out. We'll bring the knees down and then come back to child's pose. Now, invite us to flip the palms up with the arms out extended and feel now a difference. What are we feeling in the attachments of the upper arms, shoulders, spine, ribs? Gaining a new relationship with our physical frame, our earth suit. There is a spectrum, such a huge spectrum of sensory awareness within this earth suit. Let's explore it. Let's get to know it. Let's move in. Feel your sensory terrain of your breath.
Are you already noticing areas that feel like a limited range? Areas that say do not enter, areas that say what's that?
That's what we map out in our journal. Let's flip the palms. Come forward to hands and knees. Always feel free to pause and make notes in your journal. Like, oh, when I did this, I noticed that I got really sad. Or I don't know what that was. I want to know a little bit more about that. And then we turn the brain off and come back to feeling. Tucking the toes. Observe any urge to run, to kind of get into it super fast. And lift the hips, drop the head down, release the neck, feel your jaw, maybe open the jaw wide, stretch it side to side. What can we feel on our faces? So many muscles, so many nerve bundles. What can we feel in the inner ear canal, the back of the earlobes? Can you feel them right now? Why not? You live in them. If you want to pedal your heels up and down, pedal. And then as we're starting to move a little bit more, what does freedom feel like? Do we know? And there are degrees of freedom. Are we striving for something and not finding contentment with the degrees of freedom that we can feel? Maybe tilt the tailbone up and down. And I say maybe. We'll bring the left knee down, stepping that right foot up, and then step the left foot up. Observe how it got there. We'll roll the spine up to standing, breathing in as we lengthen upward, feeling ourselves in our first standing position. Breath in, feel the feet, feel your hips, feel the skin on your belly. Stand and breathe and feel the skin wrapping around your waist. How much more free could you let that skin feel? How much more comfortable in your mind could you be with feeling certain regions of your body that maybe you don't like to feel? Can we have a feeling without a judgment? Breath in and lift. Exhale. We'll bring the upper body down. Knees can be soft. Let's not torture the backs of the legs. Do we know when we're torturing ourselves? What does torturing feel like? Have we come to accept torture? Where's your breath? Breathe in and lift the chest up halfway. Now the knees could remain soft for half flat back or Ardha Uttanasana. Breath in, shoulders away. What is freedom and length in the spine, the chest cavity, the organs? Exhale, forward, fold, letting the weight of the body succumb to gravity. Breathing in and lifting. Exhale, forward, fold. And we'll do this a few times. Noticing what we're feeling, what feels stuck, what feels fluid. Feel the truth of what is going on right now. Where's the truth of the support in the legs, the feet, each ankle? Can you feel different degrees of temperature in the body? My feet are colder than my midsection. My toes are colder than my fingers. I'm letting my fingers touch my feet, giving me that warmth, and that helped me notice, oh yeah, my toes are a little chilly. Feeling my tongue and my neck. As my legs fatigue, I'm asking my core to come a little bit more into it, and I only was able to do that because my legs got tired, and I realized, oh, well, they're tired, they're asking for help. And forward, fold, hands down. Let's step that right knee back. Step the left knee back. Feel the arms giving us support, leaning forward on a hands and knees plank. Breath in. Exhale, lowering ourselves down, elbows shaving against the ribs. Breathe in. Lift the chest, keep the belly down, keep the elbows bent. Keep the belly down, keep the elbows bent, asking the upper regions of the chest to move. And then feel your breath. Allow the breath. That might mean come down further, cobra. Come up to hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Now pedal your heels in the down dog. Maybe come down the hands and knees as you take a break. See if you can build awareness of the down dog and you're feeling in it from the fingertips. Let's explore each finger. Take your mind to the index finger, thumb, middle fingers, ring fingers, pinky fingers. How much support are they providing right now? How much could they? And could we feel that? If you apply some energy to press each digit firmly down, are there sections of the digit you're more aware of? Can you feel the webbing? Can you feel the skin? Can you feel the muscles? Can you feel the bones? Breath. Can you feel the upward energy through the hips to take weight out of the wrists? Where's the breath here? What can we feel as the rib cage is expanding uninhibited? Pressing energy back and down through the heels. Feel the skin around the shins and the calves, backs of the knees, kneecaps, inner thighs, groin. Remember to take a break if you need. Breath in, push down and forward through the arms. Can you feel your whole torso lengthening? Can we feel more space, a little stretchiness, a little go-go gadget go? Yes, I show my age. Let's bring the left knee down, step the right foot up. All right, so I'm giving that as a transition. Step the left foot up. We're about to flow a little bit more. Take breaks if you need. Spread the toes. Build awareness of your feet. We are standing on them. Give them our attention. What are your arches doing? Can they lift? Can more of the surface of your feet be giving you support? Breath in. Lift the spine up halfway. Look at your toes. Make sure blood is circulating in them. Forward fold, release the upper body down. Maybe you need those knees soft. Rolling the spine up. Feel the back of the spine. Feel that stretching, that releasing. Breath in. Feel the body coordinating and working together. Forward fold, coming forward. Feel the flesh folding against themselves as we fold forward. Breath in, lift the chest. Exhale, we're going to step back to plank. Choose the plank that you wish. Maybe you're at hands and knees. Maybe see if you could shift more forward as you come down to lower down, elbow height, and then all the way down. Breath in, cobra, your pace. Maybe you needed to take a few breaths before lifting and lower it back down. Let's take a moment and feel that. We're not here to just do what is being said. So feel where, at the time, right? This isn't a cueing or a cadence, okay? Maybe it is. Maybe you're working on, okay, I just want to work on a pace. But let's practice this. Bring the palms back alongside your lowest ribs. Pin the elbows. Legs as close together as you can. Try to relax your backside. Breathe in and ask the arms to ask the chest to lift. We don't need the butt muscles to help this cause. Feel your spinal column lifting up. Each vertebra pulling away from each other. Chest is lifting. Neck is neutral. Breath in. Breath out, lower. Check in with your breath. Check in with your mind. Is there equilibrium? Is there strain or stress? Let go of your thinking. We're just here to feel. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, lower. Shoulders back and away. Let's not overdo. Let's not overstrive. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, hands and knees. Feel your palms. Get them ready to be your base. Feel your toes. Get them ready to be your base. And experience the feeling of lifting as the core lifts up, the hips lift up, the legs straighten and anchor us down. The shoulders pull back and away and the neck freely lets go. Maybe move the head left or right. Breathe in, tilt the tailbone up. Now let's look forward. We're going to step our way up. Perhaps you bring a knee down first. If you don't, let's see how far up you can bring that foot. And maybe for some of us, that's coming here. Then let's help it. Feel the length in the hips and the groin to come up. Maybe it only comes here. We step and then bring ourselves the rest of the way. Breathe in and lift the chest, mindfully moving in the body, accepting our limitations, and growing along the way. Forward fold, let the upper body fold in. Now, some of you may have your hands to the floor. Maybe your hands come to the back of your calves. Try to relax your abdomen. Let the core go. Upper body hanging. Maybe shake that head left or right. Feel the legs being actively your support. How aware are we of the toes? The feet. What role are they playing? How active are they? Thighs. Belly and spine hanging. Letting the top of the head sink and sag toward the floor. Toward the floor. Feel letting go. Feel letting go. If you're pulling and yanking, is that letting go? Feel your breath. Where's the weight in your feet? And if you shift more forward, what does that change about what you feel in the backs of your calves, the backs of the knees, the backs of the hamstrings? What did it make you think? And can you let go of the thinking and just accept what we feel? Bend the knees, sink the butt back, lift the chest, chair. Your feet can be apart or together. Your arms could be at prayer. They could be at your hips. They could be reaching overhead. Feel your feet. Feel your ankles. Feel heaviness of sinking. Feel the lightness of lifting. Maybe you only feel the heaviness of sinking. Maybe you only feel the urgency of wanting to get out. Start to notice the emotive space versus the sensory space. Let the abdomen breathe. Let your diaphragm breathe. Relax your face. Can you feel your cheeks, your eyes, your nose, your jaw? Move it. And forward fold, let it go. Now, maybe you're practicing a little bit more in the Uttanasana with intention. So the hands could be at the floor. Some of you are able to start to walk the palms back, fingertips aiming backward, palm flat, and that helps you pull the top of the head toward the floor. Some like to do a clasp around the backs of the calves, as I've done. You might need to have your legs a little wider to make space for tummy to come down against those thighs. All right, so feel where we are. Come back to practicing this space. Ask yourself, where am I? What am I feeling? Am I practicing feeling? What am I practicing? Half flat back, breath in. Let's step the left foot back foot flat. Aim the left toes to the front left corner of the mat. Make sure that you've got some space in between the right foot and the left foot, a little bit of width, okay? Try not to have that foot on the same line. Even if you're really good at tightrope yoga, let's start off at least this way. Feel the right knee over that right ankle. Maybe that's just a practice of moderation. If you're used to a really intense practice, practicing moderation can be intensity unto itself. If you need to give yourself some support to come up on that knee, bring your hands to the knee. If you want to ask the core and the spine to help you up, go ahead and just lift it up and feel them all have to coordinate together. Right hip back, left hip forward. Apply the back foot and then feel what happens. What are we feeling in the groin, in that left hip? Tailbone under a bit, sinking down, spine continuing to reach upward toward the heavens. Grounded and rooted. Now, what's the relationship that you're feeling going on in the feet? Are they fighting? What are the shins, the calves, the knees, the thighs? A lot's going on. What are each of them sending signals to us in terms of sensation? Inhale, lift, grow. Hands coming down, step that left foot up, step the right foot back. Notice how you're moving in your body, how you're treating yourself. How you're moving is how you are treating yourself. Your practice in movement here. We are embodying our practice, ahimsa. Let how you move be that reflection of that intention of non-harming. Make your way up. Feel how you want to treat yourself. Feel how the body is going to accept this. And maybe it's like, okay, I like this, slow down, and now I'm ready to give it a little bit more. I want to feel a little bit more energy. That's up to you. Some of us need to slow down. Some of us need to warm it up. Feel, let go of thinking. Notice when the mind is running off into thinking. Where are you right now? Are you in the left foot, the right foot? Are you in last week? Are you in the breath? Are you in your skin? Are you in a certain sensory perception? Breath in, hands come down. Let's step to plank. Lower through. Breath in, cobra. Breath out to down dog. Feel your way. Feel your hips, your spine. Honor whether you need to come down and take a break. Are you dumping everything into the hands? And if you are noticing that, come down. And then reapproach and try to put a little bit more energy into the feet. Try to distribute more into the fingers. Breath in, make a choice. Look forward as we step up to the top of our mat. Alternate your lead foot. Breath in, half flat back. Breath out, forward fold. Practice this, practice it, practice it. Let the upper body go. Bend the knees, sink the butt back. Get as low as the body wants to get. And then ask that upper body to lift. Practice the lifting after we've asked this root to come down. Feel all of the muscles in the spine and the core lifting and working together to lift the weight of this torso, the weight of our thoughts. Breath in, weights in the heels, lift, put some energy into feeling the lifting. And forward, fold, put some energy into feeling the releasing. Half flat back. Lengthen, lift. This isn't a drive-by space. We are here to connect to feeling. Step that left foot back. Now, maybe if you want to start to bring that left heel in the same line as that right one, go ahead, but keep aiming the left toes at a 45-degree angle forward. And we'll bring ourselves up, breath in. Now, the hips may be wanting to aim to the left. See if we can aim them forward. And then notice what we notice in the low back. For me, I usually definitely feel that crisscross in my sacrum. And that's me. Ride it back. Try not to come into the arch of the left foot. Ask the baby toe edge to press, and we can stretch out the left side of that thigh. Starting to come up through the low back. Spine is lifting. Face is serene. Maybe not. What is the intention that we're practicing feeling? Non-stealing. Are we robbing ourselves of an opportunity to feel, to learn, to grow in some way right now? Are we applying ourselves with a devotion? Good. Pure intention. Breath in. Hands down. Step the left foot up. Don't be in a hurry. Feel how you come out. Feel how you get in. Step the right foot back. This is how we're treating ourselves. And then we'll bring ourselves upright, feeling our warrior one on this side. Breath, rooted, feel. Hips, legs, muscles, bones, thoughts. Let them go. Breath. Hands down, step back to plank. Keep shifting forward if you can. Lower, feel the process. Feel the process of lowering and then back up to plank. Feel the process of lowering. What are your legs doing right now? And then back up to plank. Downward facing dog. Right leg, let's lift it up, twist the hip open, feel. What are both arms doing? What are the shoulder sockets doing? Switching it out, bring that right foot down. We'll lift the left leg, twist the hip open. We'll bring the left foot through in between the hands. Maybe you've got to help it up there. Spin the back foot flat. We're going to bring ourselves up for warrior two. Feeling a standing open hip space. Spine is up, rooting. Try to keep that left knee over the left heel just to keep the alignment safe. Feeling the hips open. Now, for some of us, we might be right here instead of bending this deep. Okay, we've got to honor how much we need to grow in strength and containment. How much this space is, back off. And do we listen? What's going on? Do we know what the muscles under this left leg are doing? Inner right thigh, groin, low back, touch, feel. Maybe expand those arms out. Gaze can come over that left arm. Shoulders down. Now, there's a lot of complex sensory stuff going on right now. So what are we feeling? Choose an area and just observe and maybe categorize. What is that? That feels wobbly. That's a good feeling, a good descriptor. Something might feel hot. Something feels strong. Something feels tired. Something feels compressed. We'll straighten that left leg and sink it down. Maybe see if we can go a little deeper. Maybe not. Change something though. Vary. What about the arms, the wrists? Can you feel the back of your spine, the back of your ribs, back of your neck? And straighten. I'm going to spin on that heel. Let's spin on the right and sink. Can we feel the flesh of the belly? And just feel that while we're here. I know there are other places that might be being more loud, but we can give our attention to the child that isn't screaming, but it's still nonetheless deserving of attention. What are the emotions that surface? And we don't need to analyze them. We just go, I'm feeling mad. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling fatigued, and an emotional fatigue, not just a physical fatigue. And just, that's what I'm feeling. It's nothing to fix. It's nothing to change. It's nothing to analyze or justify. And let's come out and then maybe see if we want to deepen. Maybe you're deepening less. Maybe you're deepening more. Deepen is either direction. I like to flip the palms up and see the difference in what's going on in the arms. Can I carry in a different way? Can I open myself to feeling something different, even though the body structure and what I'm doing is more or less still the same? So things aren't always as they appear. And straighten. We're going to spin on both heels. Then we'll bring the hands behind our hips. Maybe we'll use a strap if need be. Find a clasp. Feel the shoulders and the chest. Knees can be soft. Try not to lock the knees. Being kind to our joints, not overstressing the joints. We'll lift the wrists up and back and feel the opening of the front of the chest. Just here. Moderation. Brahmacharya. Feel your neck. Feel your throat. Good. Bend the knees, send the hips forward. Lift the chest. Where's the breath? What are we feeling in the front of us? What could we feel? What could we engage a little bit more or let go of a little bit more and feel a texture of feeling? What is the physical body doing? Stretching, opening, fighting. And come forward. If you can hold on to the arms and the hands, go ahead. If you need to let go, go ahead. What's going on in those shoulder joints if you still have the arms? What can we feel soften? What is intense? What is less intense? And we'll release the clasp. Good. Let's bring the hands down out in front of us. Right hand beneath the face, revolving the chest open. Some of you may want to bring that left hand behind you, and you might be able to wrap it inside of that right hip to pull that right hip up, leveling. And then accept whatever limitation, whatever level of engagement, whatever heat is generating. This is yours. This is you feeling application, dedication, limitation, and love. Just pour love all over it. Good. We'll switch it out. Left hand down, revolve the spine, revolve the rib cage. Maybe reach that right hand around. It might find that left hip, pulling that left hip up a bit, leveling it out. Gaze down and then just feel the low part of the spine revolving, keeping the neck twisting down, gazing to the left. Can you feel the flesh twisting? Can you feel the rib cage twisting? Can you feel your organs twisting and navigating the breath in it? Good. We'll release the right hand down. Let's bring the knees down. And come down to sitting. Feet down, knees up, chest up. If you want to lift, you can lift one. You could switch. You could lift both. You could stay down. Make your choices. Maybe you lift the arms. What are you feeling? What tremors are we feeling? What heat are we feeling? What limitation of breath are we feeling? Lengthen. Legs 2 inches off the floor, chest 2 inches off the floor, or not. Lowering the spine down, deep breath. We'll walk the feet in. Wake up the soles of the feet. Feel that light stimulation. Maybe it invites a playful feeling. Maybe it's a silly feeling. Feel your flesh jiggle. Good. I'm just going to let the knees rock side to side. Feel the spine coordinate, sides of the thighs coordinate. Come back to center. Cross right ankle above left knee, and we'll hug the knee in. Now you could hold the top of the left knee. You could bring the hands in between the legs and just grab behind the hamstring. So choose what feels best for you. Again, compression, we might feel limitation depending on the size of our tummies, size of our thighs. Relax the shoulders. Feel your spine. Feel the contact of your entire spine against the earth and accept that. Accept all of that solidity. And release, switching it out. Left ankle crossing across the right knee. Oh, I feel a little bit tension inside of this left hip right here. Always feel free to stop, feel, massage, investigate. You know, just because we're living in this body doesn't mean that we know it, that we've ever said hello to it. And we need to say hello every day when we can hug the right knee into the chest. Find a clasp that works for you. What feels free, what feels stuck. And don't assign any value to either. They're not good, they're not bad, they just are. And we'll bring that foot down, bring that left foot down. What's changed in the body? Keep the gaze up to the ceiling, rest the arms down alongside the waist, push down through the feet, feel your feet. Feel your ankles becoming more substantial. Feel your thighs become more substantial as you're lifting the hips. Notice how the flesh of the skin and muscles feel around the hips and thighs right now. What's going on in between the shoulder blades and your neck, the back of your head? If you pressed more with one foot, what would you feel? Different sections of a foot. Could you apply more through the hips, apply more through the buttocks? What do you feel? What distributes any strain a little more evenly? And lower those hips down. And lift it back up. Breathe in. And lower. And so let's breathe in, up and down. In as we go up. Down as we lower. Feel your pace. And let your awareness scan your physical body, maybe the whole spinal column as it's layering down to the earth, as it's peeling up. Do we know our 12th vertebra? Can we feel our 16th? What's going on in the skin in the backs of the arms? Love to just pick a different area, like third toe on the left foot. What is it doing? Is it taking the day off? Could it help the whole cause? Does it need to be doing more? Can it enjoy doing less? Are the knees splaying? Are they splaying? And is that allowing the hips to do more or less? Am I feeling heat generating in a certain area? Could I distribute that a little bit more comfortably? Or is this just the nature of this action? And we'll lower the hips down and let the knees rock side to side. Feel the whole spine. Feel letting go. Feel it in that target region that's moving, the big joints of the hip and the thighs, the groin, the low back. Can you feel the letting go in your neck, your jaw, your arms, your fingers, your hands? Bottoms of the feet together, knees falling open, eyes open. Where's your mind? What are you aware of right now? Where's your breath? What are you aware of in your breath? Where are you in your physical body? What are you aware of feeling in your physical body? Be in the awareness of all of the surface of your body in contact with the earth. What are the ranges and differences and spectrum of sensation, pressure, weight, surrender? And I'll invite us to gradually bring ourselves upright to a seated space. Choose how you want to get there. Let it be with loving kindness as to how you move. We'll arrive back in a seated space to close. Feeling the spine lifting, this carriage carrying our spirit, lifting upward, the rootedness. Feel the hips, feel the entire body. What got touched? What got awakened? What did we see and feel? How does the mind feel for the time of not thinking, of not analyzing? I'll introduce us to the Sitali breath. So we'll make a taco tongue out of our tongue, a little straw. There's a small percentage of the human DNA pool that cannot do this. And that's okay if you can't, like you're whistling or sipping through a straw. Okay? But if you can through the tongue, we'll breathe in and out through that a few times. Try to relax the shoulder. Just let the existence of some nice abdominal breath come through this space and observe feeling. How has feeling changed? And relax. Single Om if you wish to join. Let's take a moment before the Om and feel our intention. Maybe one of the yamas, maybe one of the niyamas. And apply ourselves to feeling and being present with the Om wherever we can feel it. Deep breath. All right, so all 8 limbs of yoga, the first are the yamas, or how we treat the world, or the outside world, or treat ourselves in the outside world. Truthfulness, non-stealing, non-harming, moderation, and non-hoarding. The second limb, how we treat ourselves in our inside world with purity and serenity, dedication and devotion, our contentment and self-study, studying and observing and studying other texts, and surrender to something greater than ourselves. A humility, if you want to just apply it in that way. So those are the first two branches that are for us to practice. They are verbs, they are actions, they are things for us to actually put our foot to the pavement to try. Then asana, how we treat the body and live in this body so that it's carrying those intentions. Our breath, how we're living in the breath to carry that intention and to sustain this body. Our senses and how we're living inside of our senses or reacting to them. Then concentration, meditation, what? And then integration, integrating them all together as our existence and how we walk in the world. I'm Belinda, and this has been our home yoga practice live this week, coming back from a teeny little break. So this week, practice plan, feeling, not thinking. Maybe write down some of the observations that you noticed about the body and about your mind. Set an amount of time that you want to practice each day and try to live up to that. Make it realistic, okay? Moderation, a little brahmacharya, and then study. And if you have questions, feel free to ask me, choose some guidance, and stick with it. All right. It is my deep honor to share my practice of yoga with you. I really appreciate the accountability. I will stick around for a little bit. So if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts that you want to contribute, we have this opportunity to be interactive. So let's interact rather than looking at a static screen. Yeah, I've missed you all. Gaia, so glad to see you. Kalai Vanakam or Vanakam? Vanakam? I think you told me what it was. Thank you. Oh, hi, Ciara. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a great honor to have you. Yay, Claudia. Wonderful to have you guys. And we'll pick it up again tomorrow. Again, about feeling. I think it's always fun to start to look at, oh man, I'm thinking. Oh man, I just super analyzed. Oh man. Because we have turned our lives over. It's like we gave the keys to the car to this brain up here. And, it's like an irresponsible driver. I know mine is. Oh, Sarah, it was great to see you. And thank you so much for that ocean video. I really appreciated it. Yay. Okay. Thank you all. Oh, Kara, hi. Great to see you. Yay, just to feel. And then feeling that's a lot, right? Owning it and then letting ourselves have the space of feeling, especially for those that we say are not good feelings, but they're all in the spectrum. An irresponsible driver. Yes, don't turn the keys over to the thinking brain. Our best thinking has gotten us here. Oh, all righty. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for joining. If it's in your heart or your pocket to give a donation, paypal.me/justbeyoga. Check out any of our classes on our playlists on YouTube or here on Facebook. Namaste.